Welcome to a deep dive that promises to shift your perspective on something many of us might have thought we had pretty much figured out. Mathematics.
Math, yeah.
Yeah.
Often a subject people feel they either get or don't.
Exactly. And for years, we've probably all heard that familiar groan, maybe even uttered it ourselves, when will I ever use this when faced with a page full of numbers and equations?
Oh, absolutely. That question comes up a lot.
Well, today, we're unpacking a fascinating source. It's excerpts from a podcast script about a group called DStat Tutoring. And it really challenges that very notion.
Interesting. So what's their angle?
Well, our mission today isn't just to talk about, another tutoring service. It's more about exploring how DStat isn't just content with teaching you to solve for X. Instead, they're actively connecting these fundamental mathematical concepts directly to the cutting edge of data analysis and artificial intelligence.
No, that is interesting. Connecting the dots.
Right. And on top of that, fostering a crucial kind of game-changing learning mindset.
Yeah.
So we're going to dig into how they do this, why it actually matters, and what the broader implications might be for education.
What sounds truly compelling here, based on that, is how DStat aims to make numbers and formulas genuinely come alive. It sounds like they're positioning themselves right at that intersection, where the future of education meets real-world innovation.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
So this isn't merely about remedial tutoring or just catching up. It's about cultivating a more holistic understanding of math's, its profound power in our modern world, ensuring that what learners grasp isn't only deeply understood, but also immediately applicable, to the problems of today and tomorrow.
Exactly. So if that "when will I ever use this" question has ever echoed in your mind, this deep dive is absolutely for you.
I suspect that's quite a few people.
Probably. We'll explore how DStat helps learners master mathematics through personalized tutoring, crystal clear explanations, practical, sort of tangible examples.
Yeah.
But as our source suggests, they seem to go much further than that.
Right. Beyond just the mechanics.
Yeah. Aiming to transform how individuals perceive and interact with the very concept of mathematical learning itself.
Okay, let's get into it then.
So what really struck me first in the source material is how DStat moves beyond those confines of basic abstract classroom problems, like solve for X or find the surface area of a cuboid, that kind of thing.
Right, the standard textbook exercises.
Yeah. The script emphasizes they're making math feel like more than just academic exercises.
Yeah.
It makes you wonder, if this is truly the case, how does it fundamentally differ from what many of us experience in school?
Well, that's a crucial question, isn't it? Because historically, traditional math teaching, it often leaned heavily on rote memorization, maybe abstract problem solving without much immediate, tangible context.
Definitely rings a bell.
Yeah. Students would learn formulas, apply them, maybe on a test, and then perhaps never revisit them in a practical setting. What DStat appears to be doing, and what's frankly vital for modern learners, is injecting a profound focus on application and relevance.
Application and relevance, okay.
They achieve this through personalized tutoring, yes, and clear explanation, sure. But it's the emphasis on practical examples that really seems to shift the paradigm.
How so?
Well, by grounding mathematical concepts in real-world scenarios, they're not just teaching how to solve a problem, but why that solution matters and where it fits into a larger system, of knowledge and practical use.
Oh, okay. So the why is key.
Exactly. It's kind of the difference between, say, learning a musical scale and actually composing a symphony. The scale is necessary, sure, but the application is where the magic happens.
That makes perfect sense. Imagine a high school student learning algebra today, and then not just understanding it, but seeing how those very algebraic principles actually power the AI that recognizes faces on your phone or predicts market trends tomorrow.
Right, making that direct link.
Yeah. The source paints a really vivid picture of this immediate relevance. It makes subjects that can often feel incredibly disconnected from our daily lives suddenly seem, vibrant and essential.
Which must be hugely motivating for a student.
Totally. It's not just about making math tolerable. It's about making it genuinely exciting and directly applicable to the technologies shaping our world right now. It kind of transforms the student's perspective, doesn't it? From just completing an assignment to actively building foundational knowledge for future innovations.
Yeah, it reframes the whole purpose.
So this brings us neatly to the core, I think, of DStat's innovative approach. How they meticulously connect math directly to data analysis, AI, and sophisticated real-world problem solving.
Right, and you said this isn't just an afterthought or an add-on.
No, the source suggests it's intrinsically woven into their teaching philosophy. It's about building a bridge, not just pointing vaguely towards one.
Okay. And if we connect this to the bigger picture, I mean, this approach is absolutely indispensable for anyone navigating our increasingly data-driven society, right?
Okay, blanket.
Understanding the mathematical underpinnings of AI and data analysis. Look, it's no longer a niche skill just for specialists. It's rapidly evolving into a foundational literacy for, well, almost every career path.
Foundational literacy, that's a strong term.
It is, but I think it's accurate. And the source explicitly mentions that DStat incorporates modern tools like Excel and other data analysis software.
Oh, okay. So it's hands-on.
Exactly. This isn't just demonstrating a concept on a whiteboard, it's showing how it's implemented using the same software and techniques that professionals use out in the field.
Can you give an example?
Sure. Think about linear algebra. That's the math of matrices and vectors. It becomes crucial when you're training an AI to recognize patterns in images or process language. DStat might show you a simplified example, maybe in Excel, of how a matrix operation can, say, filter an image.
Okay, I see.
Or calculus, particularly derivatives. That's fundamental for understanding how machine learning algorithms optimize themselves, how they learn from data, by minimizing errors, basically finding the best fit for a model.
Right.
They could demonstrate this by showing how small changes in input affect an output, perhaps in a predictive model they build together.
And statistics.
Oh, absolutely critical. Statistics and probability are the bedrock for understanding data itself, for making predictions, and for assessing the uncertainty in any AI model's output.
Which is important. AI isn't always certain.
Precisely. So DStat could introduce concepts like regression or correlation, showing how they're used to find relationships in data sets before an AI even gets involved.
So this approach, it not only deepens the abstract understanding, but actually equips them with immediately marketable skills.
That's the idea. It's about demystifying these complex algorithms that run our digital lives and showing that they are, in fact, built on accessible mathematical principles.
That level of integration really does sound like they're preparing learners not just for passing exams, but for the dynamic, ever-evolving demands of technology and industry itself.
Exactly. It implies a forward-thinking education, one that ensures students are not only competent in mathematical theory, but also agile and adaptable, ready to apply their skills in really dynamic professional environments.
So they're fostering a generation that isn't intimidated by new technologies.
Hopefully, yeah. But rather understands their core logic, feels empowered to engage with them, maybe even create new ones.
Okay, so beyond the curriculum and the tools, our source also highlights something equally profound. It's this idea that education is about mindset as much as skill.
Ah, the mindset piece, yes.
The DStat script mentions their motivational posts online, which are specifically designed to push learners to keep learning, to persevere. It reminds us there's a huge psychological dimension to learning, right? Especially in a subject like math, where, let's face it, many people develop anxieties.
That's incredibly insightful and honestly quite necessary. The deliberate and strategic integration of motivation directly into the learning process. It's powerful.
Why do you see that?
Well, we know that in a subject like mathematics, where challenges are just inherent and frustration can be common, fostering a positive, resilient mindset can be just as impactful, maybe even more so than teaching a specific formula.
More impactful than the formula itself.
Potentially, yes. Because it's a recognition that sustained, deep learning requires more than just raw cognitive ability. It demands perseverance, self-belief, and crucially, confidence in one's own capacity to grow.
The growth mindset idea.
Exactly. These motivational posts, whether they're short affirmations or maybe inspiring stories, they serve as consistent nudges. They actively reinforce that growth mindset, encouraging learners to view difficulties not as, insurmountable roadblocks, but as valuable opportunities for deeper understanding and personal development.
So they're fighting that I'm not a math person narrative.
They're effectively combating that narrative, yes. That, unfortunately, takes root in so many people. This holistic approach understands that the emotional landscape of learning is just as critical as the intellectual one.
So it really is not just about what you learn, but fundamentally how you approach learning it, and maybe even how you feel about it.
Precisely.
The source describes this as a potent blend: math, motivation, and modern